podcast. Again, I suck at that. Really should have looked at what number episode this is, but it's a lot. How about that? Maybe I can even pull it up real quick. If I'm looking at it, I had it right here this morning. Nope. There we go. 442. Welcome to episode 442 of the Auto Detailing Podcast. I'm Jimbo, your host. And today we're going to be talking about one of, I think, the best marketing strategies you can possibly do. Now, you've heard me talk about it before on this podcast and on this show and in many, many capacities. And then we're going to transition into one thing that I think you could do right now. It kind of leads into, you could start with the main thing I'm going to talk about, and then it can kind of lead into the second thing I'm going to talk about. So without further ado, we'll just get right into it, right? So the thing that I think, so let me start by saying this. The reason for this idea is because I get so many people that reach out to me and say, I'm looking to go full time in my detailing business. How do I start? Or I'm having a really, really hard time getting clients. That's another one that I get. And so, I have reduced it down to, or I thought back to what I did when it was very difficult to get clients for me personally. And if I can do it and get a full book of business and a full calendar of business, you can do it too. But I think it has to start from a place of humility. And I think that's hard when you're just getting started too, because you're so anxious and eager to be successful. And again, this kind of came from a lot of people reaching out to me, but then also I was talking to my sisters who are fresh in their careers, just starting out, kind of working as that independent contractor. So they're basically their own boss. And we were having a discussion one day, and I was giving them ideas like this, and they were totally opposed to them, or pretty much opposed to them, which made me realize that, man, people still underestimate how valuable this strategy is. And people, so many people still won't do it. And so those people that are willing to do it are going to see crazy success from it. So, and I just want to preface it by saying you don't have to do this forever. And you don't even have to do this if you're well established. This is strictly for people, detailers that are looking to get their detailing business off the ground, can't find clients, can't get clients, or don't have enough clients. This is a strategy that works 100% of the time. Google ads are great. They don't work 100% of the time. Facebook ads are great. They don't work 100% of the time. This strategy works 100% of the time. And what is the strategy? Easy. Do free work. So for me personally, what I would do in the days that I was really slow, or didn't have any work at all, or didn't have, had an afternoon off or whatever, you're just getting started. So you have, your schedule looks more like a roller coaster than anything. You may be really busy one day. You may have absolutely nothing on your calendar the next day. The day after that, you may have something in the morning or something in the afternoon, but nothing on either side of that. And so you have a lot of downtime. And so that's, if you're listening and you are having a hard time getting clients, or you're having a hard time building up your business, what you do have, and that's what you have to focus on a lot of times, is you have a lot of time, or you have downtime. You have time that you can, quote unquote, waste, essentially, right? And I don't want to get too deep into that, but yeah, I mean, we all have time, right? As busy as you may be, you all have time. And so what I would do during these times is I would find, it started with family and then it worked a little bit into friends, but I'll be honest with you, if you implement this, it doesn't take long to really start getting serious clients and getting paying clients. So what I would do is, my dad worked in like a strip center. And so what I would do is, if I was slow, I would go wash his car in that strip mall, that strip center, and there happened to be a grocery store. And so there was a lot of constant traffic in and out because people are grocery shopping, whatever. So I would set up in the far corner and I would just wash his car. That's it. And of course I would take my time and foam it and, spend a couple hours, but I was trying to draw attention to myself. So I was there longer. And then if his car was clean, I would just pull into the same corner spot of the parking lot. And at the time I had a trailer, so I would just unhitch my trailer and wash my own car, right? I mean, my car's got to get done anyway. So why not do it out in do it out in public? And what would happen is I would draw attention from people who ask questions. The biggest the biggest problem I had when I was getting started as a mobile detailer is if I wasn't out, no one saw me. Now, granted, we are talking about 2008, 2009, 2010. Didn't have a website, I don't think, until 2012, 2013. So we're talking about different times than today. So you can be more, you can be more, I want to say visual, but people can find you now better than just physically finding you, right? Yelp, Google Business Listing, etc. But back then, and even still, if you can't afford a website, you can have a Facebook page and all that too, and Instagram, and you can be, people can find you those ways. But again, this free work strategy is incredibly effective. And so what it leads into, though, is videos that are really working on YouTube right now. And videos that are really working on YouTube, you already know, are like the disaster details, right? The car that hasn't been done in 35 years and it's been sitting in a barn under, a pile of cow manure for the past 10. And then these detailers clean up these cars. So I came up with this strategy. If you're willing to do free work and then you're willing to put in a little bit extra work by recording it, or maybe even having someone record you, and just recording with your phone would be fine too. I mean, these videos that these people are doing are not difficult to film and record at all. And then they usually just do a little voiceover with it, and it's actually pretty simple to record. What's difficult about it is the detail itself. And I wish I would have had this idea. I mean, I will say, I wish I had this idea when I first started detailing, because the cars, these disaster detail cars, are by far the worst cars to do, but also the worst clients to deal with typically. And honestly, I just have PTSD from doing so many cars like this that I can't even get myself to really do a disaster detail and film it. It's just gives me PTSD even thinking about it. But here's my strategy around doing free work and disaster details and how you can really profit from it. So go on your local community Facebook page or Nextdoor app and just put a post that you're looking for like the dirtiest car ever, right? And you're going to detail it for free. And put that out there, and trust me, there's plenty of people that don't care that they have the dirtiest car ever, or they know their friend does, or whatever. So chances are you're going to be inundated with responses, and you can just limit it to one, right? But again, don't just stop there. You could limit it to one and then actually do that detail. But all those, say you got 10 people that posted on that know someone, or they, reached out to you, and that's what you could do. Hey, I'm looking for the dirtiest car ever. You don't have to post the picture here, but call me or text me, and I'm giving away a detail for free. There's no strings attached. I am going to film it, but you could also discuss that later. You don't have to reveal that in that post. So you may get 5 or 10 responses, and you could pick the dirtiest one and just have them send you pictures and whatever, and you've picked that dirtiest one. But then you also have like 4 to 9 people that you're not going to do, or you may do at a later date, and you could tell them that, hey, I can do yours at a later date. Or that's when you could offer them a discount on a detail. Hey, look, your car actually wasn't bad enough, or whatever, and you can kind of create a competition around that. And then you can give them runner-up prizes. But hey, I'll do one for you for 50% off. Or, you know what, I think for $150 we can get it cleaned up, pretty good. Or, you can kind of those are potential leads. So don't let those just go to waste. But so you can do that with the extra people that you don't pick. But for the person that you do pick, you actually do have to do the detail, which is going to be the crappy part. But again, you have more time than anything. So that's fine, because you were either going to be sitting on Facebook and now you're actually doing a car. So you're not really losing out on anything. Sure, a few bucks in chemicals, no big deal. So, but you want to squeeze the lemon as much as possible. So you don't want to make the mistake that I did all these years ago and just go complete the detail, hand it back, and the person's excited and they'll tell a few friends. No, you want to record a video around it. You want to take pictures of it, and you want to really squeeze the lemon of the detail to get as much content out of it as possible. And then you could put it up on YouTube. And even if you have 0 subscribers, these videos are getting tons and tons of views. And then you can make money through ad revenue from there. So that's how you can kind of get paid for the detail in a roundabout way, is that you're going to squeeze the lemon, get more content out of it, and then repost it and be paid by other people, by brands, essentially, by running ads in front of your video that get a lot of views, because those are the videos that are working right now. So again, this is a very effective way that you can make money and get work or free work and be paid in a roundabout way. Now, granted, I will tell you, these are crappy details to do, and they suck, and they're probably going to take you a day to complete it or 2 days to complete it. But if you're making sure you squeeze the lemon of the detail and getting all these additional things out of it, it's going to be totally worth it. So, and then what you can do is you can go back to that original post on the Facebook or the Nextdoor or whatever, and you can say, hey, remember when I asked you guys about, you know, your friends or your car, or who you knew who had the dirtiest car ever? Well, I just completed the detail. Here's the before and after pictures, and boom, there you go. You're going to be getting clients from that, because people are going to see that, and then they have a chance to kind of sample your work, which is really what it comes down to. When no one knows about you, a lot of people are not willing to take the risk on you. It's kind of like when you go to, like, I don't know, a candy shop and they have fudge, or an ice cream shop, and you kind of are like, well, normally I like strawberry ice cream, but I've never been here, so I don't know if I'm going to like this strawberry ice cream, and they give you a sample. Or you go to Costco. I mean, they have free samples everywhere. Why? Because they know that they're going to sell more if they sample people. It's the same idea, just applied to detailing. So what you need to do, and the hardest part about this, or one of the hardest parts, is getting that free work. But if you offer it for free, you're going to have a lot more people willing to do it than if you were to just offer a discount or 50% off. Because again, people still don't know you. If you have no Yelp reviews, you have no nothing, people don't know you. So let them sample and give it away for free. But just make sure you record it and take videos, because then you can repurpose those videos and pictures on your website, on your Instagram, on your Facebook page, all that. So again, the hardest, or the worst part, is that you don't have clients and no one knows about you, and so you're not doing any work, so you can't do the rest of those things that I talked about. It's much harder to post pictures on Instagram when you're not doing any cars. It's much harder to talk about anything when you're not doing any cars. And so if you do all these things, or you do this one thing to get free work, and complete the free work, it can really lead to massive success. So that had been a topic that I had really wanted to talk about for a few weeks, and just could not sit my butt down in front of this microphone to record it. But I'm glad I did. And yeah, with that, let me know if you've tried that strategy in the past. Has it worked for you? Are you going to implement it? And you can hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. That'd be a great place. Easy access to DM me, or of course you could email me, jimbo@autodetailingpodcast.com. But honestly, interacting with you guys is the lifeblood of this podcast, and I love it so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.